Yeah. Once again, study industrial engineering in Germany. Here are our guests. Of course, we'll be introducing them individually. Before that, I want to mention briefly about my German university, which is organizer of this session. And this is a study finder where you can find study programs offered by German universities in English or German. Maybe it can be both languages together. So you have all the available filters to narrow down your search, find most suitable program, and also have all the information at one place available for you. We also have very interesting, and especially for bachelors, important articles because as somebody who is after high school already coming to Germany, you probably have lots of questions about accommodation, about living style, about approximate costs. And therefore, we have all of those articles. In addition, those articles are written, actually not in addition, but most importantly, those articles are written by internationals who themselves have allocate or came to Germany to do masters or bachelors. Therefore, we try to tackle those pain points and ease the way for you. And also those articles are translated to different languages so that maybe you can also read them in your native one. Of course, our webinars we are very proud of, in addition to subject webinars where you have this opportunity to directly meet already your future program. We also have general webinars where we provide broader information about subjects, scholarships, uni assists, visa, studying in Germany generally, opportunity card, Hochschule start event, and so on. So keep an eye and join our webinars because, for example, yesterday I had a session about scholarships and it was a really, really good one because as a bonus, I provided additional scholarships available from universities and from some different cities. So those webinars, we believe, are really useful. This is our team. We are based in Hamburg, Germany. We are counseling in different languages, but this counseling does not mean one-to-one counseling. We try to connect you and your future program and provide all the information necessary so that you can make an informed decision and apply yourself successfully to a study program. Now, I already showed you our study finder, but now I want to give like a deeper dive here and show you lots of filters that are available. You can see a quick filter on the left side, and then you can click on see all filters and adjust multiple things. For example, you already have your IELTS or TOEFL test scores available, and you are searching specifically for programs accepting. So you can already narrow down your search in this regard, or you want to apply to a study program that is using uni assist or is trying to avoid uni assist. So all of that is possible, university type, tuition fees, and so on. And in industrial engineering, you can see 113-degree programs for bachelors. It's 30, it's not that much. However, maybe you don't have time to check one by one all 30 programs, so you need to apply different filters and then see which is the most suitable program, maybe according to language skill and so on. If you just don't know is a subject you really want to study, because on bachelor's, I think you are still deciding what you want to do. And therefore, we also have subject pages. And in the subject pages, you can see description of the subject, tuition fees, application admission requirements, language requirements, expected career prospects, and so on. One of the reasons why we also host the subject webinars is because you really understand, do you want to study this subject in Germany and then specifically that program? And also we believe that before the subject webinar takes place, you can also have a look on those articles or pages and then also have your own overview if you really want to do this or that program in Germany. We always advise you to please carefully check all programs separately and really carefully, because within the university, there are different programs, or programs have their own structure. Even deadlines could be different. So please don't generalize. Make sure that you really understand the program, its curriculum, and then make an informed decision, because you will be dedicating a portion of your life to study this course, and it should be beneficial for you. Really briefly about the universities in Germany. If you are new to the landscape and you don't know why there are universities and universities of applied sciences, and you want to know about the historic differences, we have an article about it. But today what I want to mention is that as you hear universities and the universities of applied sciences, what's the difference? There is not much difference, but what is important to mention is that usually programs that are offered by universities are more research and theory oriented, and universities of applied sciences usually have more application and practice oriented programs. And the frequently asked question is about, is my diploma recognized if I graduate from the University of Applied Sciences? Yes, the diploma, it will be recognized and it's accredited and known worldwide. One last point before I give the mic to the first speaker is that please make sure to check the qualification requirements before applying to a study program, because this is a point where it's checked if you are eligible to a study course or not. For bachelor's programs, it's usually the university entrance qualification for the German study courses, and afterwards I will also share a link on how do you know if you have direct access to a study course or not. But for other things, for example, language and some additional requirements that could be set by a program, it's really important to make sure that you meet the qualification requirements and apply only then. All right, now with us, I'd like to give the mic to Dr. Marian Brackmann, who will be talking about Bachelor Industrial Engineering program from Hochschule Bielefeld. For quick facts and location, quick look on the slide. But
my name is Marian Brackmann, as mentioned. I'm the coordinator of the campus in 𝘱𝘀𝘧𝘗, where the study programs take place, and I'm filling in for Professor Mariam Dobslav today, which is the head of the program, but she's on a well-earned vacation today. So I try to give my best today. So here's an overview of the contents, which I will show you. It's of course about the study course, about us in Bielefeld and 𝘱𝘀𝘧𝘗 a bit. And since Nino already said some words about applying or the application process, I'll keep that short or maybe skip it and leave it for the questions later, depending on the time management. All right. It's the Bachelor of Industrial Engineering. And why would you want to do that in Germany? Of course, it's technology made in Germany. We're famous for engineering. And our study course in industrial engineering has a large technical focus. It's in the engineering part, but also business management, computer science, and mathematics. You see the study plan later. What can you do once you finish your studies with us? You have, especially with industrial engineering, you have a large variety of possibilities in companies, which are from engineering itself. So you create mechanical vehicles and plants. You manage supply chain management and logistics. You go to marketing, sales, maybe operations management, research and development, or quality management. It's all possible. So let's have a look at the study course. I don't want to read the whole table to you, but maybe down here at the bottom you can see the legend. So all the modules are marked in different colors, and red is engineering, blue is business administration, green is computer science, yellow is mathematics, and purple are interdisciplinary modules. So you can see that the engineering takes quite a part of it, and the second largest part is actually business administration. But I'd like to mark that also mathematics with 2 modules, statistics and operations research, is very important. No? Okay. In the beginning, it said also industrial engineering and also industrial engineering work integrated. What does that mean? So you can study the industrial engineering course with us as a regular course, but you can also decide to do it together with a company. So you'll be employed by a company and study at the same time with us. I see that there are some questions in the chat. Okay, no, that's all good. Here's a table, what that means. Our bachelor courses are 7 semesters, 180 ECTS, and you end up with the Bachelor of Engineering. Yeah, once you finish your bachelor's thesis in semester 7. Every semester with the work integrated. So when you decide to do this with a company, you study with us in an academic term, which is around 14 weeks, and then you go to a company. and work there for 12 weeks. And then you get back to us, and then you get back to the company. Usually you're paid with the company, by the company. And in the end, you have to do some work-related modules, which are maybe short theses, which may lead up to the bachelor thesis. Yeah. We start always in the winter semester. So the first semester starts by the end of September until beginning of January. Then you would go to the company from January to March, and then come back to us at the beginning of April until the middle of July, and then go back to a company again. Yes. So about us, the University of Applied Science, Bielefeld. We are a rather large university of sciences and applied sciences and arts. We have around 10,000 students, of which 8,000 are at our main campus in Bielefeld. Yeah, we are located in the, so to say, heart of Germany, in one of the strongest economic regions. It's called, in German, Ostwestfalen-Lippe. It's Eastern Westphalia-Lippe in English. And here's our main campus, and you have the satellite 𝘗𝘢𝘪𝘥, where this study course takes place. It's a 10-minute train ride from Bielefeld, so it's rather close. In general, our university has 6 different faculties. It's design, it's the Minden campus, where you also have engineering and also architecture. It's our faculty or department, engineering and mathematics, that where we in 𝘗𝘢𝘪𝘥 belong to, social sciences, the Bielefeld School of Business, and also health. So rather widespread interest there. Our campus in 𝘗𝘢𝘪𝘥 is located in 2 buildings. We were funded in 2010, so we're rather the youngest site of the University of Bielefeld. And currently we have roughly 550 students. Yeah, we have a couple of bachelor programs you see here. Some of them are taught in English. This winter semester is starting also the mechatronics and automation in English, and also German study courses. Yes, we are located in 2 different buildings. Here in this building, it's 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘈, it's called. Here we have our labs and practical rooms. And in track 13, this building, we have our seminar rooms. Both buildings are like a 10-minute walk apart, so not too far. And also in the 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝑥, we have the Center for Applied Data Science, which is our research project or research institute there. What is special about 𝘗𝘗𝘪𝘥 is actually that our region is it's, some companies term it the Silicon Valley of industrial automation. Since we have very many producing companies which are famous worldwide, and also many hidden champions. Yeah, maybe some of you have heard of Miele, Klaas, Stork, or Beckhoff Automation. So there are very many companies. What is also special for our region, we don't have they're big companies, but they're predominantly family run. Yeah, and many of them are medium-sized and very wide range of areas, but mainly it's production. So it's engineering has a big place in our region. So this also means that there are very many and great job opportunities in our region, if you choose to join us and finish your studies here. Actually, for the German programs we have at the campus, which are also work integrated, we cooperate with around 170 companies, so which is a great number. Okay, 𝘗𝘗𝘪𝘥 is a medium-sized city. It had about 105,000 citizens, and also has some landmarks, the Botanical Gardens, City Park, and is also a part of the European Garden Network. It has some nice events, Night of Art, many open-air concerts, 𝘗𝘗𝘪𝘥 Summer Festival, street food festivals, and so on. Yeah, it has a kind of medieval town center, but has also modern art architecture. So our main campus in Bielefeld. Bielefeld is a much larger city. It has around 350,000 inhabitants. The landmark is the 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥. Actually, this picture, no, can see the 𝘱𝘱𝘥 here in the back with a flag on top. And there are many interesting places to be. It's a botanical garden. We have a zoo there, 𝘗𝘬𝘵𝘠𝑊𝑒𝑟𝑙𝑑 World. But we also have many nice events and also a second league football club, in case you're interested in football. Okay. At the moment, we don't have student dorms in 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥, but we do have student dorms in Bielefeld, which again is just a 10-minute train ride away. We have good contacts also to the apartment market in 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥. So if you choose to stay in 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥. So last year we were able to make every student which started with us to make an offer for an apartment in 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥 or in Bielefeld. Yeah, and these are just some examples of pictures, how they look. Most of them are quite modern and standard sized, about like 20 square meters apartments. Okay. In Bielefeld, we are located right next to the university. So we are the University of Applied Sciences and Arts, and right next to us is the University of Bielefeld. And they have a very large sports program. And since we cooperate with them, our students are also eligible to use these sports programs. You find the link here and on their website, and they have many different sports you can then join. Why should you go and join us? We have very good contacts with the local industry. Our curriculum was developed together with the local industry. So we have a large focus on the practical relevance of our modules. It's a somewhat older survey, but I think the numbers are still valid. We have a very high level of satisfaction among students. We have an international office which offers all kinds of advice and support for incomes. Yeah. And I've mentioned that. So regarding the study course, industrial engineering, we have that as a general full-time study course, but also as a work integrated. But we also have more formats in case you choose to finish your bachelor with us, you're able to do a part-time master, for example. So work in the company at the same time and do your master thesis with us. Most of our graduates find a job. This is especially true for the students who choose the work integrated programs. It's even higher than 90%. Yes, I mentioned that in the beginning. We're one of the economically strongest regions in Germany. Very many companies, very many job opportunities, especially in the engineering sector. And we have a large network of partner universities in over 50 countries. I think, yeah, it's 150. And last but not least, a couple of years back, and I think it hasn't changed, we are a rather safe city. So Bielefeld is a good place to be, and that includes also 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥. So if you choose to or are interested in joining our study program and study together with a company, so do the work integrated study course, there are several ways how you can arrange a company you'd like to have. So we have a website where we wait a sec, I just go, yeah, here. I start with this. So we have a number of companies who offer spots in their companies for the study program. You can find them in this link, 𝘱𝑚𝑠portal 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥. Unfortunately, the link is in German, but you find the English study courses there. In case in your home country, you have a company you're thinking of and want to join us with that company, there's also a way that the company can contact us and we start a cooperation with the company then. So you can also do that with companies in your home country. Yeah. And this is actually interesting for the companies. That's not so much interesting for the students. What is important is that you have the right entrance qualification. Nino mentioned that, and Nino, should I go into that in more detail, or will we have questions about that later?
As you like.
As you
Yeah.
like. Okay. Since I have some time left, I might quickly go through it. But it looks, at first look, it's rather complicated. But we have, I'll show you the link and an overview how to apply at our university, and also you have there is an availability to chat with our international office in case there are questions. Yeah. So if you have a German accent, so these are points where you can find a guideline if you're eligible or have an entrance qualification equivalent to the German one. If you're a citizen of a EU, EEA country, states are listed here. Either if you live in Germany and at least one of your parents is a citizen of the EU or the named countries and works in Germany or has worked in Germany, you live in Germany, your spouse or registered partner is a citizen of EU or the named countries and currently works in Germany, or you have already completed a degree in Germany, you have attended a German school abroad and have obtained a German university entrance qualification. So if at least one of these statements above applies to you, you will not need a VPD, which is a preliminary review documentation from UniAssist. If none of these applies to you, you would need apply for a VPD via UniAssist. Yeah, that's very important. Okay, here's quickly shown how you apply for VPD from UniAssist. I just leave that with you here. You have the link there and can go through it. Okay, and then you can, finally, if you go for a full-time study course, you have to register with a CAT system with our university. You have to register and then provide the application documents. Yeah, which is again the proof of the entrance qualification, university entrance qualification. We need a B2 English certificate. If given a VPD from UniAssist, yeah, the English certificate, passport copy, curriculum vitae, and the APS certificate if you're Chinese, Vietnamese, or Indian. Okay, here are some of the language certificates or scores you need to study with us. Again, you will be sent, or this presentation will be available for download later, so I will not go through it in detail. Yes, and the applying for a work integrated program is a little bit different. Again, you need a university entrance qualification, but you will be applying via the company. Yeah, and the placement offers are at the company portal. And also, if you have a company, you need a cooperation agreement. So kind of a contract with the company you submit with your application. That's also very important. If you choose to go for the work integrated program, which is to study together with the company. Okay. Again, I just leave that sitting here for a minute so you can read it. Yeah. Underlined here again, which is the biggest difference to the full-time application. For the work integrated, you need the copy of the cooperation agreement with the company. And here are the application periods. For the full-time, the application period is from June 1st to July 15th. So we only start in the winter semesters. That would be winter semester next year then. And for the work integrated, since you need to check for a company, we start earlier. So the application is possible from December 1st, then to July 15th, which is the latest date. Okay.
It's more important and interesting to listen to Professor Ott, who will be presenting an International Bachelor of Wood Technology program from Rosenheim Technical University of Applied Science.
And also many of the things that you heard before are valid for Rosenheim as well, except we have a better football team because we are near Bayern Munich. Anyway, as maybe you can hear from my accent, I'm not German. I'm actually American. So I also know what it's like to be an international person in Germany. And this is one of the reasons we've started our program, which I'll talk about in a minute. Okay, I'm just moving the Zoom. I think you can see my screen now, right? Okay, we are in the south of Germany, near the Alps, near Austria. It's 1 hour from it's actually half an hour by train, but from the airport it's an hour by train, hour 20 by train, and we are in Bayern, so in part of Bavaria. And our university has actually about 7,000 students now, and we have a variety of bachelor's and master's courses. We're going to start offering PhDs soon, and have various different faculties, of course. What is important for you to know is these are not offered in English, right? We only have a number of programs that are offered in English. And in fact, the program that I'm presenting today and some other engineering programs are actually offered first in English, and then you move to German. And so that's what is special about these particular programs, because German is not an easy language, but it opens, of course, doors up to this region. It's called the DACH region. So Germany is D, Austria is A, and CH is for Switzerland. And it's special because they are a little bit of a cosmos unto themselves, along with the very powerful German companies that come with it. And so learning the language is something that companies. So we really would like to enable students to learn German, and this is quite special for our program. So as all universities and Hochschule in Germany, well, in Hochschule in Germany, we have a low professor to student ratio. We have a lot of hands-on work, a lot of labs, and low tuition fees. And of course, Bavaria is extremely strong. In Munich, I think Apple has now opened its a hub there, and Google, for example. So it's very, very strong region. And as I said before, the special Hochschule, these University of Applied Sciences, we're special because we really have smaller student groups, and that is something that's very strong in Germany. For us, though, a little bit different is we start in the summer semester. So this means we start in March. And like the other program, you're going to need to have already some language certificates. So in our case, an A2 certificate in German. And this is quite a challenge. So if you're interested in joining us in March, please do it, but you need to get your A2 certificate in German. And then you would also learn German to a B2 level in the first year and a half, and you would already start then courses with the German students in the fall. So I'll show you a bit more about that. The wood technology program, we are known worldwide. There's very few wood technology programs, and so our students are sought after everywhere. I just had a call today from a company that makes ERP systems, and their customers are looking for people. So you can do many things. This is part of the industrial engineering, because of course wood technology is in type of industrial engineering, but basically it's very, very open what you can do. Our labs here for the wood technology, there's some examples, and these slides will be sent, I think, later, right, from Nino. So it varies from things like, testing wood products or testing wood types, to actually building things with industrial tools. And the lab that I do, we look at digitalization in the value chain. So it's very broad. It depends what you're interested in. Many of our students also work closely with the architects and with the interior construction folks. We also, of course, have construction and wood construction, but those study programs are in German. So if you started in wood technology and English and learned German, you could also switch to these other programs because there's a lot of overlap. I said before, though, we're just celebrating our 100-year anniversary this year. And so the students are very well known, and the wood industry is expanding worldwide. The German machines are sold worldwide, and especially in areas like Vietnam, in India, in China. So what you need to know is the typical things that you need to start applying early. UniAssist, Nina already mentioned. You need to go through UniAssist also for us. They'll check your qualifications. They'll check your language certificates. And you need to start that early because UniAssist has, 4 to 6 weeks lead time. So you can start that very soon. And the summer semester application goes until the 15th of January. Actually at the university. So this is also kind of confusing, but if you sort of focus on it, you see there's semester-wise, semester 1, 2, and 3, right? And what you notice on the right side is you take German classes. So what you're doing is you are taking classes, engineering classes, and including wood engineering classes in English the first semester and learning German in parallel. Then in the fall, you continue with English classes, physics and chemistry, and you start 2 classes actually in German with your German peers and learn German in parallel. And then from the 3rd semester, you should be taking 4 German classes and still taking some German classes in parallel. So it's not easy. On the other hand, we have students in this program and also our parallel program for the engineering, and the students they can speak German, they can give presentations in German, they can apply for jobs in German. And so we're finding that it's a challenging model, but it is a highly successful way of integrating and learning the language. But reading this, you can see chemistry, physics, math, building physics there. This is very general for the first few semesters. But if you go over the whole program, you learn a lot of things in this degree. I love this program. For example, if you're interested in sustainability, wood is sustainable, but you have sustainable energy and building, technology, you have furniture design, you have finance and controlling, you have business administration. I actually teach the lean production, lean manufacturing, and the digital side of things like ERP systems. And there's quite a bunch of electives you can take, as well as a practical internship and the thesis. And these are almost always with companies. You can work abroad, you can work in your own country. It's no problem to find something there. And we, of course, support you on that. But my message is this is an engineering degree where you really are working with the machines from day one. We already built a cabinet in our first semester. So it's a lot of fun. And once you're out of this program, you can go anywhere and you can do anything. You don't have to stay in wood technology. But there's this project seminar here. The students plan in their last semester a new company. And I think they learn more in that semester than you would in an entrepreneurship course over 2 years. They do everything from investing to planning the production hall, for planning the capacity. So I feel very strongly about this course. It's really good. As I said, though, German A2, English B2, and then I have other slides that you don't really need to see, but you can check the DAA database, as Nino showed us. You can check the UniAssist, or you have to apply through the UniAssist. There's some guidelines, special guidelines for India. And we have, as of this fall, 500 euros per semester. and there's an 85 euro per semester student union fee. So you have to pay per semester for roughly 8 or 9 semesters, 585 euros. On top of that, we have estimated costs, and these are on our websites where we also have information about part-time work, your health insurance, all the information you would need coming in for a student. And there's also, we have a helpline for you. But roughly, I think this might be a little low. I think it's definitely 1,000 euro a month living as a student costs. So everyone should be aware of that, because you might have to work on the side, or maybe you borrow from your parents or whatever it is. But this would be then the living costs plus the 500 euro per semester plus the 85 euro per semester. No details. We live near the Alps. We live near lakes. This is Rosenheim downtown. It's a small town. It's about 60,000 people. It's a gorgeous area to live. Currently, well, not right now, but it was raining last week. But it's been normally great weather, and of course, there's also snow. A little bit of snow in the fall, and easy access to the Alps and easy access to the airport. So for international students, there's various things that we offer. And of course, if you're interested, we can tell you more about that. If you need more information, though, personally, then you can write to me. There's my email for the wood technology program. Of course, our websites are available anytime, and they have detailed information. They have the curriculum that I showed you, and they have detailed information as to what you need for applications and when. And so that's all I wanted to say. I'd be happy to take any questions.
First question for Dr. Brackmann. I think this industry placement part was very interesting, and maybe also for some new, because the questions are, does it mean it will be duales Studium? Can you please say a bit in detail, how does company placement take place? Is it mandatory for everybody? And so on. So can you please elaborate a bit?
Yes, of course. Thank you for the question. Yes, so we termed it work integrated at our university, but it's very close to the dual study programs, you may know. What is very important is that you apply for a company or find a company which will give you this contract so you can join us. And to find a company, it would be up to you. We offer slots of companies at our website. I showed you that. It will be in the talk. It's called in German the 𝘱𝘢𝘕𝘓𝑚𝑒𝑛𝑠portal, so the portal of the company, so to say, where you can find for the selective study courses which companies offer programs. And then you join the companies and you work with them, and again, you learn the theory with us and can explore the practical side of it with the companies right after the semester.
Yeah, but it's also possible to do it as a normal full-time bachelor's program.
I mean, my internet was a little interrupted.
Yeah.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yes, of course. But it's also possible to do it as a full-time normal bachelor's program.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's both possible. It will be one class. Also, Professor Ott mentioned that we don't, in the University of Applied Sciences, we don't have big classes. Our class size is between 30 and 40 people. So it's rather small. We're familiar. Everybody knows everybody. It's rather nice.
Thank you. Professor Ott, a question for you. Is there any opportunity to explore how wood technology connects with other industries like architecture, furniture, design, or even smart building systems?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, they're all interlinked, right? So with the wood technology, as I said, it's the only wood program that gives you the opportunity to start in English. But we have theses or project work or the electives that can then, we of course, we do furniture design and product design in our program. Those are 2 classes, right? And they do quite a lot of couple classes with construction, right? But then if that's what you're interested in, you can fill your electives, your project work, and your bachelor thesis and your project work in those areas. And so what's really important these days is this idea of sustainability and the design. And so we have a lot of work with how people are looking at how they can improve designs for the furniture. Like, for example, for a yacht, the big ships, the fancy ships. A lot of our students, get jobs in that industry. And these yacht owners are very interested in having more sustainable materials. And so there's a whole chain that has to go through that. And we have one guy who is testing new types of boards that should be used on the high seas with high humidity. And so he was like breaking the boards. So there's a huge area, there's huge different areas that you can then link. Anything that has to do with wood, you can link to the wood technology. If that answers your question.
Yes, definitely. Thank you. One question for both of you. Maybe we start with Dr. Brackmann and then Professor Ott, you could also follow up. Is a special subject in high school that the program looks at, maybe the grade is important for you to accept a student?
For us, the overall grade is important. We don't expect the upcoming students to have special subjects in the high school diploma. But in experience, it's not too bad to embrace mathematics and physics, to become an engineer.
It was asking if we need a special grade level to get into the program,
or maybe a special subject in high school that.
See, I don't want to answer that actually, though, because I don't think that's quite the right answer. A uni assist will check, right? We're an again. My understanding, and as a non-German admissions officer, that you have to fulfill the same requirements as a German student for engineering. So that means you are not being held to any other standard. And that means you have to just have the amount of the years of high school and the level of math or science that a German student needs. And so in that case, I would say I'm fairly sure you need to have math and science courses in your high school degree. But I can't tell you because I'm not qualified to tell you. If you look on that DAAD site, it'll help you. But it's really the qualified experts at UniAssist will let you know if your degree is sufficient, high school degree, or if you have to take an extra few classes. So I think that would be a safer answer. But grades are not so important, right? Grades are, I mean, people's grades when they're in high school, maybe not so important because we know that you're interested and we know that you're still going to go to college.
So I agree totally with Professor Ott. So UniAssist will see what you have, and it has to be comparable to German university entry diploma. So this high school diploma we have here. Within that, you can have different topics. They don't matter, but you have to jump over the. You have to get this general German university entry level thing. That's very important.
Maybe I can add here. So for both programs, I will just use the example of the wood technology program. You need to check, as mentioned in my presentation, dear applicants, please check qualification requirements. This tells you what you need to have. So you need university entrance qualification. This means that you need to check the DAD page, and as soon as you have direct access, no problem. Then there is also this work experience thing, but then it can be submitted, I think, by the 4th semester or so for Rosenheim. And then there are requirements for English, and UniAssist will be using the same guidelines set by the program to see if and then actually they will send your application to the program, because it's up to a program to decide if you're a good candidate or not. They will be just checking technically if you qualify to apply. That's why please check carefully application qualification requirements and check if you have direct access or not. So this will make things easier. Another question for Professor Ott. I already have an experience in the field of food technology. Will it help me with the application? Can that help or give additional classes, or I don't know, can maybe write additional motivation letter showing that the person has experience? This is for Professor Ott.
Sorry, could you say it again? I didn't get it.
Yeah, the question was, I already have an experience in the field of food technology. Will it help me with the application?
It won't help you in the application because it'll just help you in general, right? It depends what you mean by experience. If you've worked in the wood industry, that will count towards prior work experience. It also means that you will understand better than your fellow students. If it means that you've studied in the wood technology, it means that you will probably be able to place out of some courses. But again, that's sort of like once you would come to the university, we would talk about that on a case-by-case basis. But it certainly will help you. But applying, again, that has to go through the uni assist, and then they're looking at like your actual high school degrees and stuff. But if you've had further education, of course, that also helps. So yes, it definitely should.
Great. Dr. Brackmann, I think at some point you also mentioned possible master's programs. Are there kind of consecutive industrial engineering master's programs also in English available?
Not in English right now. No, we have a research master data science, which is taught in English. But no, not the industrial engineering right now. But we would hope that by the end of your studies, your German would be so good that you could then take the German master course, maybe. What our presentation didn't show so clearly, we don't have German classes incorporated into the curriculum, but we offer German courses alongside the whole study, time of study, so that we hope you end up with a B2 level at the end, if you come to us with no prior German knowledge. But that's voluntary, but I highly recommend it. If you want to join the German industry, you have to have some German knowledge. That's very important.
Can I add to that? Because I forgot to mention, our master's program is in English. So once you suffer through the bachelor program and learn your German, then you can, if you'd like, you can, do the master's also with us. But of course, then you can do a master's anywhere in German as well. So it's just the opportunities then are a lot larger. If that's something, if you're really interested in staying in Germany.
Great. The last question I see right now is, Professor Ott, does it make sense to apply for the housing in your city after the letter of admission or even before that?
I would refer you there to the lady who's a specialist on that, but I think it would make sense to apply if you're sure you're very sure you'd like to join, and you've at least maybe checked with uni assist that you qualify, and then we could already start to look. And I actually know this because my daughter is looking for housing because she's going to start at a university. She doesn't want to start in my program, so she's not going to do wood technology at Rosenheim. But yeah, I mean, and so she she would start in the fall, and she's already been looking for a while. So I think it does make sense to start as soon as though, don't put time into it if you end up having to wait an extra year or something, because you have to take a few more courses before you come.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much.